Okay, let's see if this works. We tested all our Wi-Fi's. We've turned off all our devices. Actually, this device is not.
Oh,
Hi, Evan.
happening
Hi.
here?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for being here.
How's your dog doing?
You know what? Do you see him? He's right there.
Oh
He's
my
doing,
God, what a fluff ball. I love it.
yes, he was so excited. He's definitely feeling so much better. Thank you so much for asking. I'll be honest, it's been a little stressful the last 3 months, because maybe more than that, because it's been a while. But he's so much better right now, and he just keeps getting better. And we got his labs done, and they're looking better. And so he just loves to just bring his energy and share. He's our little warrior.
How much does he weigh? Because it's hard to tell with all that fur.
he weighs like 8.5 pounds, like
Okay.
8.5, 9 pounds.
I have a mini dashoon and a 3/4 poodle, 1/4. Sorry, 3/4 shih tzu, 1/4 poodle, and they're both like 9, 10 pounds. So
yeah. Oh, so you get it. Like our little fur babies. I mean, he's really. I love all our babies, but Gizmo and I have a special bond, and I feel like he's the love of my life. And so, thank you so much for being so. Just so kind and compassionate when I was like, we've got to reschedule. So
cool.
that was just amazing. So how are you? Happy New Year. You're great. You look great. You look like light is coming in through your crown chakra and shining out through your face.
Wow. All right. I just sit in front of a window. Maybe that's why. Sitting here in Toronto, Canada. It gets dark super early now. Things are good. I'm an introvert, so this whole time is not too crazy for me. It just means stay and make more videos for YouTube and keep growing.
Yeah, you know what? So I was so many people have gone on. They already know who you are. I had all these questions come in. I know our time is limited, so I'll only ask a couple of them. But, for those of you who have popped on, who don't know who this beautiful human being is, his name is Evan Carmichael, and you've got to look him up. Go and follow him after this. His handle is, oh, you know what? I thought I pinned it. Let me do it again. Let me paste our comment. Oh, no, it didn't work. Okay, let me try it again. I'll do it while he's chatting, so I'm not distracted. But I'll copy and paste his handle again and pin it so that you can see. And he is just an extraordinary person. I was so fortunate and blessed to meet him through my friend Anthony Trucks. And Evan is like your YouTube genius, the guru of all gurus. He's Forbes' top 40 social marketer. He is Inc.'s top 100 leadership speakers. He's just one of the most inspirational, beautiful, humble people I've ever had a chance to connect with. And I was telling everyone, Evan, that I'm so happy to speak with you here, but I can't wait to just connect even more, because we have so many friends in common. Like, I realize, I'm like, we have, out the Ortners and, Craig, and I'll have Jamie Kern Lima on, in a few weeks. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're all like in this tribe. And I'm so grateful for it. So I don't want to talk too much. I have a tendency to do that. So you've accomplished so many things. You're just amazing. I know you say you're an introvert. I am too, actually. People don't think that, but I think maybe I've learned this word called ambivert. And I think you might be an ambivert too. It's where you're kind of an introvert, but you can step up into that moment when you need to. Especially for me, it's if I'm delivering for someone else. And I think that's why your book, Built to Serve, and just everything, your ethos and everything you stand for, resonates so deeply with me, because the notion of serving and the act of serving is really what gets me out of my introvert space a lot of the times. So if you don't mind, could you just give a little bit of just a background on your journey, and what you've done, and about the book, and then we'll dive into some questions.
Yeah, I mean, super quick, because I love answering questions from the audience as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm probably best known for the YouTube channel at this point, or maybe the book, or I have a couple books. This one's Built to Serve. The concept basically is if you're not happy, it's because you're not serving, and that your purpose comes from your pain. For everybody who's struggling to figure out what is your purpose, it's actually not that difficult. You don't have to go meditate on a mountain for 10 years. Your purpose comes from your pain. Whatever you struggled the most with growing up as a human, is the thing you want to help other people with. My toughest time was being an entrepreneur in my first company at 19.
Yeah.
Every video I make, every piece of content I make, every book I write is still just talking to 19-year-old Evan to give belief.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would still consider myself an introvert more than an ambivert. I even look like today. So today's Thursday, and Thursday is my public-facing day, where all day I'm just doing IG lives and podcasts and guests on other people's shows and that kind of stuff. My training. And I was sitting here this morning, Thursday. I'm looking at my calendar, right? When I woke up, come here, look at my calendar, and I have a beautiful view of, Toronto. I could show you super quick. Sun is setting there.
Oh, beautiful.
So I come here and I look out the window and I look at my plan for the day. And Thursdays give me anxiety because I look at it and it's all public-facing stuff, and I secretly hope that something else is going to happen that they cancel. Like I secretly hope, hey,
I get that.
Serena messages me and said, hey, Evan, we're off for today. I got to do something. Like, oh, no problem. Okay, we'll spend in a month or whatever.
I totally get that.
So I look at it and it immediately gives me anxiety for what is about to happen because I don't want to disappoint. I think my biggest fear is disappointing other people. I want to up and try to bring in value. And so the thing that gets me over it is service. Is hey, I'm here to help. Like it's selfish not to show up.
Yeah, 100%.
And so it forces that out of me. And once I'm in it, I'm usually good. I can stay in it.
Yeah.
So it's why I put everything together on a Thursday. Because the you're getting now has been, this is 4:30 for me. I've been doing it since the morning, right? It's just like nonstop all day long. And it's just everybody, if you're watching this, you've got a message, you've got a mission. It may not be a giant one. Some people want to serve the world and some people want to serve the 25 closest people to them. But in either way, if you're not happy, it's because you're not serving. And the good news is you can always find a way to serve.
Yeah.
And if you woke up every day and felt like today mattered, that makes a big difference. I think most people wake up and feel like today doesn't matter. Nobody cares if I show up or don't show up. Where if you could flip that and actually feel like, no, today matters. Like if I don't show up for Serena today, that matters.
100%.
If you woke up and felt like that, like today's going to matter to somebody else, you're going to have an impact on somebody's life. If you did that every day, your life will be dramatically different 3 months, a year from today, guaranteed.
Yeah, and I echo that because that's what got me on the lives to begin with. I'd never done any lives. I was so, I had imposter syndrome. I never did lives until COVID. And I started them when I was sick. I was so sick, with COVID in April. We were sick in March and April, right when it first hit LA. And I showed up, and if I look at my old videos, I look gray because I was so sick. And I remember I would do these lives and I'd be drenched in sweat because I was fever, but I was there to deliver a message, it was for the community. It was how you can support your immune system, how we can just breathe through this fear, how we can deal with our anxiety, who I can bring on to help my community and our greater community. And so I echo that so deeply because that is definitely what helps drive me to show up. It's just how can I serve others? But that is, there's about 3 questions that kept coming up over and over. And it is how do I serve with what I'm doing? Because some people think that their jobs they're not in a space where they can serve. They're in a 9-to-5. She's an accountant and she just works. Now she's working from home and she doesn't know how she can find the value in a service way. Another one is a research assistant, Another one, there's dozens where they don't feel that they can find a purpose and a way to serve in what they're currently doing, that they'd have to leave it. And of course, they're fearful of leaving. So that's one major question.
Yeah, it starts with, and first off, your lives have been amazing, by the way. It's been awesome. I kind of
thank you.
Now and then to see what's going on. Like, ooh,
okay.
Ooh, that's a good, anyway. So you're doing a good contribution to the world, at least to the Instagram world. I would say it starts with the belief that where you are right now doesn't have to be where you end up. So
Yeah.
most people feel trapped at where they are right now and feel like there's no hope. And without the belief that it's possible to change, nothing happens. So no strategy will work until you have the belief that tomorrow can be brighter. And tomorrow could be next month or next year, like it could be in the future. But if you have hope in creating a better future for yourself, things start to shift. So all of the examples that you were sharing are great, but it's more about like where they are right now. Out of where I'm at right now and believe that where you are right now doesn't have to be where you end up. So it almost doesn't matter if you're an accountant right now, if you're a research assistant right now. Awesome. I don't usually get trapped too much by people telling me where they are right now. It's like, well, where do you want to go?
Right.
What do you want to make?
Right.
What do you want to create? Who do you want to be? How do you want to serve? And just it starts with releasing them of the burden. Like, just imagine you could do that. Where do you want to be? Not just like where I want to live. I want to live in LA. I want to live in, just like, what do you want to do? What kind of work do you want to do on a daily basis? How do you want to serve? Just imagine. And then once you have a clear picture, you can actually start to make steps towards it. And maybe that's within the same job. Maybe that's within the same company, or maybe that means you have to go do something else. But without the belief that you could create a brighter future for yourself, nothing happens. So that has to be step number one. It's why I think I like to say that lack of belief is the world's number one problem.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to wake up every day to do. I think everybody has Michael Jordan level genius at something.
Yes, agreed. We all have superpowers.
The best in the world at something. And it's probably not what you went to school for, and it's probably not what your parents thought you should be doing, but you got to find it. Most people either one believe that they don't have that Michael Jordan level genius or something, that they're not a superhero at something. If you walk down LA and ask people, hey, do you think you have a superpower at something? They're just like, what? Are you crazy? Like, it's just not how most people think, but that's also why most people hate their lives. And then once you believe it, then it's the ability to go and chase it down and to actually make it happen. So usually it's a lack of belief at the core of anything. It's not the lack of money or resources or anything. It's just a lack of belief.
Yeah, and that is within you. So, for anyone that's out there that thinks they need an investor, or they need this, or they need that, something that's external, Evan's saying that what you need is actually just within you. So it's just to dive in and think about what it is, what is within you, what's that calling, that passion, what your intuition says. Another question that came, and thank you so much for that, Evan, that was really helpful. And I can tell by all the hearts and all the emojis, and there's so many people on right now. This is so amazing. Another question that kept coming up was just about how to deal with imposter syndrome. And I love that, because I love that you expressed you're still dealing with some of these challenges. I can say the same for myself. Still have some imposter syndrome, still think I'm not worthy, still so worried about letting people down and disappointing. We echo the same thoughts that a lot of the people who are on right now also feel. So how do you get around it?
You have to tap into that painful moment and recognize there are so many people who are currently struggling with what you used to struggle with. So as an example, I was somebody inside I have a group called Brandlytics, where I teach people how to grow on YouTube and build a brand from it. And we had our coaching today, and one of the guys was sharing a story, and I said, okay, you need to make a video. What would the video be called? And it was called something around worthiness, like you are worthy, imagine. I don't. But then he said, but I can't make that video because Tony Robbins has made that video, and all these people who've done who am I to be the you are worthy guy? I mean, I'm going to suck compared to those people. So what I told him was, okay, imagine back to your lowest moment. Think about who you used to be. The struggle, for me, it's going back to 19-year-old Evan. But everybody here, you've come through something, you've come through something. So go back to that lowest moment in your life. Could you sit on a bench and talk to that person? You were gifted the chance to go back for 20 minutes and talk to that person. Could you share something powerful with them? Because I could talk to 19-year-old Evan.
Wow.
I would tell him to believe more in yourself. Like, could you shift younger you?
Yeah.
And it's always a yes, because you've come through so many years of hardships and trials and you know, things that you fell down, and wins, of course, too. But you could go and talk to younger you and shift them to just give them hope.
Yeah.
And so if you could do that for younger you, it's recognizing that there are millions of people who right now are younger you.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Stuck on the, like, I'm not Tony Robbins, or I'm not whoever. I'm not I'm not as good as Serena and all of the stuff she's doing. Oh my gosh. Instead of focusing on who you're not, focus on who you can help, which is the younger you, because you can help them.
That is so powerful. Wow. Like, I mean, wow, thank you, because that's something I'm going to do, because that already begins to build your belief muscle, you know, like just doing that, like talking to your younger version. How are you going to pick that person up? Reminding yourself of what you've done, what you've accomplished, that builds up your belief muscle and can help, you know, help direct you towards what you think your passion, you know, your purpose will be. So that's just mind expanding. Thank you so much for that.
And look, that's every industry, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're going to talk about healthy eating, you could probably find a lot of people who've been in the industry longer and have bigger audiences and all. And who are you to be the person to come in and talk about healthy eating? But
yeah,
could you go back and talk to 25-year-old you?
yeah.
Tell her something helpful about healthy eating. It's like, yeah, I can do that. Okay, great. Then just do that. But talk to the camera instead of talking to the person.
Yeah, no, that's like, I mean, look at all these hearts. How do I heart? Like that was just so simple and so profound, and something that everyone, we have even more people now. Wow. That's something that everyone on here can do, no matter what it is that you're doing right now in your career, your current profession, your current hobby, whatever it is. That's something that you can do to sort of just build that muscle and that momentum to finding your purpose. I mean, that is just incredible. So thank you so much for that. And then, you know, I think we only have time for one more quick question, but it was, we had a lot of questions coming about YouTube, of course.
We can do a round two and another day too. We'll do a day two.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that would be awesome. Oh my God, that would be amazing to do a round two. We'll have Gizmo in again.
Hey, I'll bring next time too. We can have a
yeah, could you? We could have like a play date, virtual play date. Yeah, so we'll do round two deep into more deep into YouTube. But you know, if there's maybe 3 pieces of advice that you could give if someone was trying to get started on their YouTube, like something brand new, or just hasn't had any luck, you know, so what are maybe 3 things, or it could be just 1 thing, or 5, however many you want to share to help get them going.
I would start with this. I like, so why YouTube? I think YouTube, if you're a thought leader, if you're an expert, if you're a coach, if you're an entrepreneur, YouTube should be at the core of your marketing strategy this year. Why? 1, it's the only place where your content lives forever. So if this video gets posted onto YouTube, in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years, it'll still get views. My videos from 12 years ago are still getting views right now. The IGTV version of this will still be getting views in 5 weeks, let alone 5 years, right? And so you want to be thinking, if you have a message that lives forever, if you want to sell your business in the next 3 months, then don't worry about it. But if you're on a mission, you have a purpose, you have a message needs to be heard, YouTube needs to be your number 1 place to go. Second is YouTube pays you, and they have the best monetization of any platform out there. So not only does the content keep getting you views and subscribers and leads on autopilot, you make money as well. For when people
I have not utilized that yet, but we're signing up for your Brandlytics. So for you, so you guys out there, I don't have Evan's book on me because I gave it to my assistant to read, but I would say go to Amazon, go to his site, go to his account, buy his book. It's just something that you have to have, especially if you're an entrepreneur. And he offers incredible programs and courses that will really help. So we are signing up for that because I thought, wait 1 second, we're not monetizing off of this. We're just putting out, you know, hundreds of videos to help people, and helping to monetize just allows us to continue to do that, to continue to serve. So
Yeah, I mean, most people see social media as an expense.
Mm-hmm.
And to do Instagram, you need to either expense your time, if it's a big time investment, or
Yeah.
you have people to help you with design and edit and everything else. I would love for YouTube to at least be break even on,
Yeah.
right? But there's one guy who was helping who I just had him turn on, like, just turn on your revenue, just turn on AdSense, just turn it on, and
Mm-hmm.
making 20,000 in his first month.
Whoa.
And now with some optimization, he's over 100,000 a month.
Whoa.
In free extra money. He was already had his channel growing. It was making money other ways, and now he's making an extra 1.2 million a year just by turning it on. Right now, that's not typical, and you're not going to make $1 million just by having a YouTube channel. But if you grow a following on
Mm-hmm.
your platform, you have to find other ways to monetize it. You can still
Yeah.
do that on YouTube. Plus, YouTube pays you to make content. So it lives forever. It gets you views forever, and it pays you forever for all those views that you're getting. And then the third quick thing I'd say is, for anybody who's struggling to be everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
where they feel like, I got to be here and I got to be here. How am I supposed to be on every platform all the time? I have a business to run too. My job isn't to be a full-time influencer. I want to run a company too. How do you
Yeah.
be? YouTube is long-form content. So you're making, I target 10-minute plus videos.
Mm-hmm.
Take me deep into a topic.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube also gives you the best data. It's not only that they pay you, they give you the best data. So they'll show you in your video the
Mm-hmm.
parts that people like the most,
Oh.
where they stuck around. They'll show you, like, hey, when you did this, people loved it. And when you did that, people left the video.
Got it. Yeah.
Which is great insight for how to make better videos.
Mm-hmm.
But also that great section of that video that nobody left and everybody loved. Maybe that's a 50-second clip.
Yeah.
You cut that and you take it to Instagram.
Yeah.
So you use the data from YouTube to then cut up your videos to then take to all the other platforms and just
Mm-hmm.
adjustments. But you don't have to be creating tons of brand new content for every single platform and then get burnt out. Think YouTube long form, it lives forever, makes money forever, and then you cut up the content to go to all the different platforms. So that's how you can be everywhere with really just being on YouTube and planning down.
Wow, this is incredible knowledge, incredible information. We took the few minutes that we chatted that one time, and we changed everything. And so now I'm going to have everyone watch this. And yes, you guys, this will all be shared and posted. It will be on YouTube once we make it horizontal. And I'm excited to do a part 2, Evan, because I know we're at 1:52 our time here, and you've got to go. But thank you so much for being here with us today. You're just such a light, and I'm so grateful for you. And let's plan a part 2. It was so fun. Oh yeah, someone asked about Clubhouse. Maybe that'll be part of our part 2.
I'm down for part 2. We could do Clubhouse part 2 or YouTube part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love what you're doing. I love the energy. You just feel happier coming through your lives, as well as your feed and the content you're doing. And I hope once we're through all of COVID, you're still making content and doing more of this, because I think people are learning and loving it too. And I'm appreciated to be a guest, and thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much. We'll definitely be doing this, and one day I hope that we'll all get to meet the babies and Gizmo and you and your love. Like I can't wait once everything opens up, when you come to LA or something, like we've got to all get together. So
We'll make it happen.
Thank you so much. All right,
Hey,
much love. Thank you so much, Evan. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.